How's everyone today? Welcome to the Dirt Road Farmer. Well, we got a little bit of a shower last night, and today we've got some harvesting to do, and we've got a field of soybeans. So I think we ought to just go up there and get it done. That's about the only thing I can say, is we just got to get it done. How's everybody today? Hope everybody's doing well. So we're going to put 3 harvesters in this field up here. And we've actually got 2 fields that needs to be done. Boy, looky there. Things are changing. They're changing as we talk. Everything is progressing. And look at this. Yeah, this field is becoming due as we're talking. It needs to be harvested now. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, we've got a lot of harvesting to do. But you know what? These are fields that we planted. We plowed these fields together, and yes, they're all planted correctly. There'll be good yield coming off of them. You bet. All right, well, let's get up here where our harvesters are at. I moved them all up here last night. Boy, it's hazy out, isn't it? All right, there's our grain cart. There's our harvesters. Good deal. All right. All right, so we're going to put 3 of these X9s in this field. And this is field, we plowed 2 of them together. And this is field 155 and 156. So, yes. All right, well, the only thing I know to do is just get on with it. So we'll have to wait for it to save, of course. And that's the thing on a 16x map. It takes forever for it to save, but that's all right. All right, we want to clear the current course that's in this harvester. And I'll tell you what, before we do that, let's create a folder. Okay, so we don't have a folder for 155 or 156, so we're going to create a new folder. And we're going to call it Field 155. (155-156). All right. So now we've got that field done. All right, or we've got that folder created. Okay, now we want to create a course or a job for these guys. And right here's where we're at. 155, 156, this field here. So let's give these guys a field position. About right there. All right, now let's generate the course. All right, we want 3 tools. We'll have 3 harvesters in there, 1 headland pass. We want them to start on the headland first. And yes, they can do a smooth turn. There's no sense in complicating anything. All right. Rows to skip. Yes, we'll have them skip 1 row. That'll be fine. All right, let's generate the field work course. All right, we've got that done. All right, that looks pretty good. Yes, that looks pretty good. All right, now let's go back over here to folders, and we want to save that course, and we want to save it in folder number or folder field 155-156. So we got that highlighted. So let's save that course, activate it, and we'll call that harvest. Three harvesters. All right, we've got that created. So now we've got inside this folder, we've got this course. Okay, so now we should be able to pull up our small HUD. We've got it there. First waypoint. His position will be 1 left. Okay. Good deal. All right, let's go to number 2. All right, let's pull up the HUD. All right, we want field 156, our folder 156, and the course we want is 3 harvesters. Well, first thing we need to do is getting ahead of myself there. All right, we had to clear the current course that was in that harvester. All right, now we want to load this one. Load that course, activate it, and we should have it. We do right there. First waypoint, his position is going to be center. All right, now harvester number 3. First thing we need to do is clear the current course. Then we need to load that course, activate it, and we've got it right there. Okay, we want him to start the first waypoint. His position is going to be 1 right. Okay, because they always run to the right of each other. Always run to the right. Okay, let's get up here to harvester number 1 and let's tell him to go to work. All right. All right, he's on his way. We'll just give him a minute. Looks like he's finding his row. All right, let's tell number 2 to get on with it. And this is number 3. Now, we're running 3 harvesters in this field, and the long excuse me, the long side of this field runs east and west. It doesn't run north and south. Now we're starting them north and south. They're actually headed in the southern position. All right, we're going to tell number 3 to go to work. So, you know, anything can happen. We'll just have to keep an eye on them on the first turnaround. And that's all that I can say about it. Yes. You gotta love it. All right, we're gonna make sure this guy gets started in the right row. It looks good so far. All right. That looks like he's got it figured out. All right, well, the only thing we can do is go get in our grain cart and empty them out and wait for that, wait to find out where they're going to start their up and down rows and make sure they don't crash into one another. All right, well, we've made it almost all the way around the field, and we're getting up here to where we're going to want to watch them. They've almost, like I said, they've almost completed their headland pass. So we'll just get them emptied out here where we can keep an eye on them. We've got a truck that is running on Autodrive. He is going to take our grain and take it back and put it in our silo. This field isn't big enough to where we need a buffer cart, so I'll just merely dump grain into him and you know, get him started and get him over to the silo. Normally on a big field, and this, I guess you could call this a fairly big field, but it doesn't require a buffer cart. It's not that big of a field. Now, you know, if you're used to doing some of these fields that's very small, then, you know, yeah, I guess you could say that this is a big field, but in my standards, I do big commercial farming, so no, this isn't a big field. Now, we talked about in the last video about the field down the road from the farm there, which is actually one field over in front of us right now. That field is a little over 600 acres. We talked about that in the last video, and I told you that I would check it out. It's planted in sunflowers, and I told you that I would check it out, see how it was planted, see what the cost of it was, and maybe we'd see about buying it. Well, I did so. I looked at it, and it has a 98% yield bonus on it, and it's 100% fertilized. Yeah, so there's going to be a good yield come off that field. Well, after talking to my banker, yes, we purchased that field, and that's gonna be a huge harvest. Yes, a huge harvest. So But anyway, we've got these guys emptied out, and we're going to just kind of pull up here somewhere and park. And I think we're going to possibly ride with the lead harvester. I tell you what, let's empty that lead harvester out one more time. Let's just get what he's got. That way we don't stop him going down the row, because his pipe will probably be into the crop. So alright, we've almost got what he's got. Alright, good deal. Now we're going to ride with this lead harvester. We're just going to ride with him. We're not driving. But we are here. Yes. We are here in case they decide to do something crazy, like run into one another, have a T-bone crash or head on, or you know, yeah. So all we can do is sit and watch. So I'll get back with you when we get just a little closer. Alright, that #1 harvester has completed his headland pass, so now we need to go and see where he's going to start his up and down. I'm hoping he starts right here at this corner. If so, everything's going to be alright. And it looks like we are in luck. It looks like that's where he's headed. So what that means is they will compensate for the width of the field on the other side of the field. So we're not going to have any collisions. So I think maybe we have figured out how to keep them from running into one another. It's all in where you start them in the field. Yes. Very good. #2 ought to come in right there on the right side of him, and he is. Now that's fantastic. We have figured that out. Okay. Good deal. All right. Well, we'll just let them harvest. We'll go back and get in our grain cart and proceed to keep them unloaded. All right. Very good. Now our truck should be sitting down here at the corner of this field. So, and or at least that's where he's supposed to be. Yeah, I'm not seeing him yet, but that's where I told him to go to anyway. All right, we've got this guy unloaded. We'll get #2. Yeah, he is supposed to be waiting down here at the end of this field for us. And what we'll do is we'll just keep our grain cart emptied out. We'll empty into him and he can take it over and put it in the silo for us. It should work out pretty good. I'm thinking we're going to have a very successful harvest here. Everything is looking real good. Kind of scary good, really. Although I still ain't seen that truck. You know what? Yeah. I'll bet you I know why I haven't seen that truck too. No. No, he should be down here. Well. Oh well. We'll soon find out. There ain't no telling where he went. But we'll get this guy unloaded. We'll find him. He ain't too awful far away. Oh, there he is. Yep, I told you he wasn't going to be too far away. Yeah, he's sitting down there waiting. All right. So let's just take what we got, because we've got more than a truckload here. Let's take this down here and load him up. I may have to run over here in this crop a little bit so that I can get alongside him there. There we go. We get him loaded up, then he should take off and take that load to the silo. All right. Well, he's tarped it and he's on his way. All right. And whenever he unloads, he'll come back and he'll wait right here again. So, very good. All right, well, the only thing we have to do is just keep up with these harvesters now. And, yes. Isn't that a pretty sight? All right. Well, I'll get back with you when we get a little farther along. All right. Well, we've got just about everything that he's got. So let's go over here. Looks like our truck is back. So we'll go over and give him another load to haul. And like I said before, unless you've got a huge field, and you've got 5 harvesters running to where you need to completely empty your grain cart out because you're making about 1 run and you're almost loaded, you know, 1 row and you're almost loaded, it's not necessary to have a grain cart or have a buffer cart. You can just use a truck, and in this particular case, yes, we're not going to get loaded before we get back out of that row. So there's no need to have a buffer cart. So anyway, our truck is loaded, and he's going to go and empty, and we're going to keep chasing these harvesters. Works really good, real good. All right. Well, I'll get back with you when we get a little closer. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you, and I would rather see this any day than I would them crashing into one another. Harvester number 1 is making a dry run, which means the course that he is following, there's no grain there. Okay? But he is on course. Harvester number 2 is taking a partial load, or a partial row. And of course, number 3 is taking a full row. That's the way they compensate for the width of the field. And like I said, I am good with this. I would rather see this any day than I would to have problems with them running into one another. This right here is not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. So, all right, and now from this side of the field back, harvester number 1's pipe will be on the outside where we can empty him at any time. So, yes, very good. So, we're just going to empty number 2 out here, and you know, we'll just get to the other side of the field. I think we've got 3 rows to do. Yeah, 3 rows, and we'll have this field harvested. All right, I'll get back with you in a little bit. All right, looks like we've got 1 more row to do after this one. Everything has went perfect. I mean, perfect. And you know, I think, like I said in a previous video, when everything runs this well and everything goes this good, you've got a smile on your face that runs from one ear to the other. Because it's such a pleasure. It's such a pleasure when you don't have problems. So, yes. So anyway, we've got this guy just about unloaded. Like I said, we've only got 1 row left. I think we're going to take this down and put it in the grain cart. Let him deliver it. Not the grain cart, I'm sorry, but our truck. And let him deliver it. And see, he only hauls 110 liters at a time. That's the capacity on that trailer. So you can see that if we had a big field, a huge field, and this grain cart was loaded, and all he would take is 110 liters at a time, well, that wouldn't work, because we're going to get loaded before he gets back, you know. So you need a buffer cart then. Well, on these smaller fields, you don't need that buffer cart. So anyway, I think we're going to call this a video. If you've liked this content, please go down there and give me a like. I'd sure appreciate it. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, please do. That would be great. That would be awesome. If you'd like to share this video with someone that you know would enjoy it, that would be fantastic. But as for me, the Dirt Road Farmer, I think we're going to call it a day. And as always, thank you for watching